Welcome back to Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily here to tell you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd things. So, if you paid attention to the video yesterday, you know that we're finally talking about those top 5 Naruto fights. This was requested by one of my viewers, and since I have such a small audience, it's easy to take requests. So, if there is a series that you would like me to make a top 5 video about, or if you would like me just to review, by all means, let me know. I'll probably do it, because I like making videos. I'm here to entertain. But yeah, we're talking about Naruto. These are my top 5 fights from the Naruto franchise, only including Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. I haven't watched Boruto for reasons. And this isn't including any of the movies, because I haven't watched all the movies. Some of them are just forgettable. Like, a lot of anime movies that are based off series are kind of forgettable. Like, that shouldn't be a controversial statement, but it is what it is. You'll notice none of the Dragon Ball Z movie fights made it into my list, so there you go. Let's get this party started with number 5. Number 5 is kind of a weird choice for most people, but for me, I love this fight. It totally makes this list, and I feel it totally earns the spot. It's Sakura versus Sasori. That fight is incredible, and it really shows the difference between Sakura from the base series Naruto and how much she's grown in between the two series and how strong she is now in Shippuden. Just literally super strong. Also, the choreography is great. Lady Chio is also there as her support, and it works. It works really good, and it's so in time with each other as they fight this master puppeteer. Yeah, this is of course one of the very first fights actually of the series, kind of giving us a sense of how much grander the fights are going to be in this particular run of Naruto. Yep. So, number 4. Moving on to number 4, it's Team 7 versus Zabuza and Haku. This is also including just the fight between Kakashi and Zabuza himself. That's all in here. That's all in this rating. This is an amazing set of fights. Talk about giving your world kind of some rules. They're ninjas, of course, but what do these ninjas actually do? Sure, Naruto can make 1,000,000 clones for whatever reason. But this gives, what can all these other characters do is what all can Chakra do. And it's just, once again, a really neat choreographed fight, especially all the parts between Kakashi and Zabuza, but also Haku and Sasuke and Naruto, their fight in tandem with Zabuza and Kakashi is really great. We watched the two rivals working together for the first time seriously and saving each other from somebody who is definitely light years ahead of them as far as ninja training goes and skill. Yes, Naruto does use his Fox Chakra to break out of the Ice Mirror prison, and it's a little Deus Ex Machina, but in the end, the sacrifice that Haku makes for Zabuza and the consequential results in Zabuza's actions in turning against his employer for them are really good pieces of storytelling and still part of that fight. And so that's why it's on the list. That's why it's number 4. Remember, there are fights below 5 that I'm just not talking about because I talk too much for a top 10 list to happen. So being number 4 on this list doesn't mean that I think this fight is bad or unworthy of my time. Obviously, it's up here on high on my list. Which brings us to number 3, which is this particular fight is either 3, 2, or 1 on anybody's list. Because it is just iconic as fuck. It might even be the fight that got me to actually sit down and watch Naruto, just seeing clips of it. It's Rock Lee versus Gaara. During the Chunin exams, yes, Rock Lee loses, but oof, the fight between them until that loss is incredible. Of course, Rock Lee is like doing his best. He has the stand guard, and it's just not working. And then Guy gives him permission to drop the weights, and everybody's like, "Oh, some weights. So it's not going to do much." And he drops them, and it's like, boom! Right? It's just like sand raising from the drop, and he is so much more incredibly faster, and just, it's great. It's a good fight. Also, we get a look at the primary Lotus for the first time. It's incomplete, so it doesn't work out quite as well. I also kind of wanted to do the fight that they worked together during the whole Save Sasuke thing at the end of Naruto, but this fight stands alone. It is super better than their fight against Kimimaro. Yeah. It's great. I can't say that enough about this fight. Like, what? I don't mean to keep going on about the choreography of these fights, but that's what part of the fight. A part of a fight is, especially in media, is like how the choreography works, how the body and flow and movements work. And this fight has it all. It's just not number one in my mind. It's just way up on my list. Also, there's a train, so you're gonna hear that. Hopefully you heard any of those points. A good choreography, great sense of timing for all the attacks, and just the way his speed increases from that weight drop. Like, you can't see him anymore, and his hits are just so much more powerful. It's great. Too bad he faced off against Gaara, because if he had faced off against anybody else, he probably would have been okay. So, yeah. Number 2. This, I feel like, my top 3, you could probably interchange them on anybody else's list. Like, so, God, they just love to blow that horn. You could probably change my top 3 on anybody else's list. This is probably the top 3 fights you're going to see, just in different orders. But number 2 for me is Pain versus Jiraiya. Jiraiya versus Pain. What a fight. What a heartbreaking fight. Like, he shows up to the country hidden in rain, in order to assess what's going on with that. Who is Pain? Who is the Akatsuki? That's his mission, and he runs across his students that he once trained in his past during the Ninja War. The first Ninja, no, the third Ninja War, the third Great Ninja War, or was it the second? During a Great Ninja War, he trained these kids to basically look after themselves, and he awoke the Rinnegan in one of his students, or that happened later, but more or less, he recognized their potential, and he helped kind of raise them before he had to go, and now he's running against them as members of the Akatsuki, and we watched Jiraiya pull out all the moves, every last one, things he didn't even use against Orochimaru, and he gets so close to escaping before he dies, like, and we just learned so many cool things, like, about frog transformation, and what Jiraiya could actually do as a character other than being a pervert, and it was just, it's heartbreaking he didn't make it. Like, I cried after that fight. I cried pretty darn good. So that's me, though. I cry. So that's why it's number 2. It's a good fight, and it's great. It's a great bit of storytelling, and all the emotions that just come through. Good fight. And our number 1 fight for the Naruto series, Naruto Shippuden, is Naruto versus Sasuke, the very final fight of the series. The very final canon fight, I should say, of the series. And don't even worry about that. So leaving their power on 4. Naruto versus Sasuke, final fight. It's incredible. Like, it's not even just the choreography, which of course all these fights have great choreography. This anime as a whole has pretty excellent choreography. There are a few fights where it's like kind of muddled and confusing. I would say anything with Madara is super, super confusing. Like, not good. But not only is the choreography in this fight good, not only do we see Sasuke and Naruto reach new heights in order to fight each other on some kind of an even playing field. Like, when you think it's over for Naruto, boom, he's got just a massive increase of natural chakra because Kurama's been storing it up, which is great. It also shows how far Naruto and Kurama have come in their relationship with each other, not hitting or, fighting with each other. Naruto stealing chakra from his fox monster in order to be better, but Kurama willingly giving it and being able to use natural chakra, which, of course, they weren't sure Naruto was actually going to be able to use natural chakra because of Kurama and how Kurama's energy worked with that chakra. So it is just an incredible feat how far these characters have come. Even Sasuke himself, when he's not being kind of whiny bitch. But beyond all of that, right? Like, that's, like, good and whatever. The score for this fight is super fucking good. Like, and it's never overstated. Like, that's the other thing. Like, there is, like, a good 10 to 12 minutes of silence in this fight. Just fists going and sometimes grunting, but it is dead quiet while that is happening. Yes, there are places where the music does show up, or will pick up when, the fight's going to be amazing and cool, and, like, there's a part where Sasuke is going to, like, put the final strike on Naruto, and the music's really picking up, and then it just cuts off as Naruto fucking uppercuts him into a goddamn wall. Like, the timing of the score is probably the most important part of this fight, in my opinion, because of how it adds to the fight. And towards the end of the fight, it is just hard to watch in a way. It's like super sad as they're just giving their all, fighting each other with no chakra left, and doing their best to try and beat the other. Sasuke is, of course, trying to kill Naruto. Naruto is just trying to stop Sasuke from being, like, this person who's on this path of self-destruction. And in the end, they take what little chakra they both have. Of course, Sasuke steals the chakra that Kurama was cultivating for Naruto. Naruto is given the rest of Kurama's chakra in order to, compete with that. And that final Rasengan, where we see the hands of Naruto's friends and even his parents, like, spinning it for him. Like, it's just a visualization, but it's a powerful visualization. It's Naruto's philosophy made real, more or less, in a visual sense, up against Sasuke's lone wolf philosophy. And both are valid, because they both lose a fucking arm over it. And yeah, that's why it's my top 5. Maybe that's me being cliche, maybe that's me being, like, too trendy, or whatever. Like I said, my number 3, my top 3, you can mix and match those. Anyway, you're probably going to find them on any list in some kind of that order. And they're good fights, but this one to me is just a little bit better than both of those. And that's why it's my top 5 fight. So, yeah. So that's the end of this video. That's all. I laid it all out for you. What are we talking about next time? Well, next time, we're going to talk about the Crunchyroll Anime Awards for 2017. For 2018, the 2018 year anime. We're going to talk about the nominations, who I'm picking. I'm going to try to, like, get y'all to vote in favor of what I'm voting for, just because, why wouldn't I? At least for some of the categories. There's just some categories where I definitely feel like I'm right, everyone's wrong, shut up. But not really. Vote for whoever you want to, but maybe stick around and see who I'm voting for. And if you agree, vote with me. But until next time, love cartoons, love comics, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!